Welcome to Life of Dave. Back down the old boat. See if we can get a bit more done on it today. Good morning, welcome to Life of Dave. So we're back on the old boat. Get a bit more done today. So got loads of sanding to do still. All that top's still got to be sanded. Everything's got to be sanded. Did I mention I don't like sanding? But anyway, so last week we managed to glass this lot in place. So from under the window there, we've glassed all down there, under the gunnels and down the side, down to there. So it's all looking pretty good. It's not too bad at all actually. It's come out better than I thought it was, so I'm well pleased. Yeah, it's actually pretty good, so I'm quite happy with that. So next job, because that's set, is it needs sanding. Everything's got to be sanded before I can do anything else, unfortunately, and that's just the way it goes, because this isn't a laminating resin. I don't seem to be able to get laminating resin. They only seem to do this one where I get it from, so that's what I'm using. But because it's not laminating, it means now it's cured, it's got to be sanded before that can be gel coated. Ideally what I'd have liked to do is gel coated it when I finished it last week, but I ran out of time. I just about got the glass laid up, so that wasn't possible. So yes, I'm back to more sanding yet again. Little bit in the corner here where it's wrapped round. It's gone round this corner just there. Has left that sticking out a wee bit. It's wrapped round the corner well, but the problem is the edge of this now doesn't sit where it should do. It doesn't sit up there. It sits down, poking it out. So we will grind that out. To be honest, that looks like that's pretty well in there. I've got to take the front off of it, or take the corner off of this. I'll probably end up just nibbing the corner down on there a little bit, I think. Just overlap that so that that fits into there where it should do. So yeah, wee bit of sanding. I'm not going to keep filming all the sanding, or if I do film it, it's going to be at supersonic speed. So done and crack on. Right, I'm going to get going and we'll get something done today. But yeah, it's Sunday morning. I've literally just snuck out while everyone's still asleep. It's nice and early. I'm going to get this sanded up, and I want to see if I can get that bonded in place today. But it depends how this sanding goes, so I'm going to crack on. Alright, so as I said, I want to try and get my bit bonded in today. But if that doesn't happen, I'll be happy just to get all this sanded so that I can crack on Tuesday when I come down. That's the plan anyway. Get as much of it done as I can. Right, crack on.
overlap there. There's a big ridge, so it won't get in the into the little low spot there. So a bit of hand sanding just to finish that off. So this is going to be inside the locker, so it's not going to be very visible, but I will, when I'm putting the bond in place to glue the locker in place, just fan that out so that I'll get a nicer finish. Like this. So this has all got to be keyed up because I've got to glass that locker in place. And also to gel coat it. Without that keyed up, it'll just all peel off. So it's all got to be sanded first to key it all up before you can do anything else to it. Nicely keyed up, but I don't want to grind away too much of the strength that I've put in. Obviously it's got to go back so far, but right, it's just this strip in here to do now. Got a little nib over it. I'll just finish that off by hand, but we're nearly there. So much sanding with the fiberglass work on a boat. It's got to be, I don't know, 80 to 90% of what you do has got to be sanding. You know, every little thing you do, you've got to be sand it before you can do anything. Sand it during layers, you know, sand it when you're finished, prepping for painting, more sanding, you know, fairing, filling, whatever you want to call it, more sanding. So, yeah, there is a hell of a lot of sanding to be done with a boat. But we're winning, we're getting there. What else would you be doing at silly o'clock on a Sunday morning? I woke up about 5:30, couldn't get back to sleep, sun was up and that was that. So I didn't want to come down here too early in case I disturb anyone, but I decided to leave here and get here for 7 o'clock. Just get any little low spots that the sander may have missed. Woo! Alright, there we go. Oh, yeah. Well, we've got lots and lots of dust to clear up, that's for sure. And last week I lost my little marker pen. No idea what I've done with it. Ah, that was so handy for marking all my stuff out. Lost it. Don't know where that went. Right, that looks pretty darn good. So now I've got to look at this. Everything needs a good acetone. This has been sanded already. That's pretty good. I have still got to finish this bit. Now, do I stick it in now and be done with it and finish it in place? Or do I leave it out make it look pretty first, I've got to stick a little shutter on the back at the top as well, just to give me something of backing for the cupboard door. So we'll have to pop a little lip on there, only needs to be small, so that when I close that cupboard door it don't go straight through there, you know. So I need to put a little lip on there. Not got a lot to fix too, so I might just get this all cleaned up, acetone and fitting nice, and sort this out on Tuesday. I can maybe have a wee look at this and start just dressing this up a little better, because ideally that would be better before I stick it in, wouldn't it, to make it look nice, I suppose. Right, yeah, right, let's crack on. Let's have a little look at this corner, see if we can't get that to fit a bit better. Oh, perfect. Do love a bit of by eye work, you know. Absolute spot on that radius into that corner. So the front needs to come out a little bit to there. So this won't sit flush to that because it ain't square. This is straight and this is curved slightly, so hence I was going underneath. I'm just going to build that in, fill it out and radius it off a little bit, so it'll be what it'll be. I mean, ideally I should have made a mould and curved it in one part all the way down, but it just seemed like a lot more work to me. But now I ain't so sure. Would it have been easier to do it in one? Would it still be easier to start again and make this in one long part? Yes. So what I was planning is curving that to the boat and making it in one long part. Getting a slight curve on that. That was my original plan. I don't know, I just don't know what will be the easiest way. It's a lot more work making the mould, but I think I'll get a better finish by the time I finish. I'll just wasted me time on that bit if not, but I mean, I want it right, so I think that'll look alright though, don't you? I'm waffling now. Now I'm going to stick with my plan. It's a 1970 Shetland. I just want it to look nice. It hasn't got to be 100% perfect. Right, I'm going to stop this video there because that's enough waffling for now. Get this lot acetone cleaned up, acetone this down, and I'm just going to sort out some filler on this front to get this transition looking nice. And then what I'll see if I can do is if I can just wedge that in place so we can get it bonded in for Tuesday to glass it. Right, I'll catch you all again soon. Welcome back again to Life of Dave. I'm going to have a clean up and just sort this out now. Get that filled and looking nice, and then see if we can get it fixed in place today. If not, that'll be Tuesday. Well, who would have thought? I was about to break out my cutter and snip this down when I found out it's actually thin enough for my shears. So instead of skipping around it, taking chunks out of it with my electric cutter, trying to shave off this small amount will be quite hard work, I'm actually able to snip it off. Now obviously this ain't going to do your shears much chop, I know. They're not the most expensive things in the world, and I can always sharpen them if need be. But it's actually cutting really well. This is a very thin strip of glass, guys. I wouldn't recommend doing it with anything thicker. This is like, seriously, you know, very thin glass. Very thin glass strip. I only need a small backing as a stopper for the cupboard door. That'll go in there. Barely see it, like that. So when I shut the door, it hits against that and don't fall straight inside. That's all it needs to do. Right, so just going to mix up some paste. And then slap some of that on this part that we made. That glass work I've done the other day has all been sanded down. And that's done now, so I'm happy with that. But I have got to finish what I was making before I stick it on. So I'm just going to smooth this out basically. I'll probably build it up with a little bit of glass. Because I don't want just a load of filler on it so that it's all weak. You know, as the boat flexes, that filler could crack and it will all pop out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill the holes, all the obscurities, not the holes for the screws up, just fill up all the little voids and dimples with a little bit of filler. And then when we come back Tuesday, hopefully, I'm going to sand all this down, glass it over, fix it in place. If I can get it glassed early in the morning so it sets up, hopefully I'll be able to get it fixed in Tuesday as well. That would be nice. I'm not going to worry about building this too high, because like I say, I just want to fill the holes up so that it's smooth, because I'm going to put a bit of glass over it. So I want to get a rough shape on it. So I want a little build because I want to glass the filler in place, if you're with me. Build up the edges, I want a little bit down the middle. Off the extremities, don't want to build up there. Yeah, so I don't want too much build up, I just want it smoothed out. Right, so I'm going to build it up with a bit of glass. So I don't want to come out too far with the filler at all, because I'll have to filler over the glass to get it smooth or sand the glass away. Just trying to get a smooth radius on it without building it up too much. So put a little bit more on and then take it off again, just so I can get that transition. That's better. Once this is set up, I can sand it into place, but I'll just get it as close as I can. Not putting any pressure on that at all now, just wiping that over. That's beautiful. I'm going to scrape off that top. I don't want any build up sticking out the top. That's it. I can still see the holes for my screws, that's fine. This has all got to be glassed in, so again I don't need too much build up there. I'm just going to transition that for the glassing, but it's got to be bonded into there and then sanded. Trouble is, anything I stick on like this then means more sanding, but this isn't too hard to sand down. I can just whiz over that quickly. Let's just smooth out that line a little bit. Not really much more I can do with that. I was going to stick some of this in that I cut out as a backup, but I just think it's too thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it with this. This is a lot thicker. That's what I used on the other locker. So basically what's going to happen now is we're going to fix that in, making a little backing edge for the door to shut against there. That also thicken the top up, give me a bit more to fix into as well. So this has got to be cut down, so I'm going to do that next week. I'll cut that down, trim it all up, and we'll get that stuck in place, put that in at the same time, and that'll be that. So but for now, that is done. Right. Well, we've got a little bit of filler left there. Let's not waste it. There was a bit of a transition up here. Needs smoothing out inside the locker. You know, it'll mean I've got, once again, got to sand it, but when I come to glass in that part, if I've got to go up there and there's a big gap there, that ain't going to glass nicely. It will just make a big void. So if I take that out now, I won't have that void to worry about come glassing time. All I'll have to do is give this a quick sand off. And that will be that. So happy days. Smear down there. Smooth out that edge bit. And that'll do. That's it. So when I come in Tuesday. Quick little sand on that, that won't take long. This stuff's a lot softer than sanding fiberglass. Hopefully that's all set up. I'm going to sand that to shape, a little bit of glass on there. We'll see if we can get that stuck in Tuesday and start moving on with the next one. Right, that's me done. I'm going to get out of here, get myself home, and I will catch you all again next time on Life of Dave. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.